Lawyers of Reddit, what is the pettiest reason you've ever seen for divorce? Nobody ever believes me about this one, but it's true. A man wanted a divorce from his wife because, and he gave this example as the last straw, his wife ate those nasty pumpkin Halloween candies, like candy corn but pumpkin shaped. He had been looking forward to them all day, and when he got home, she had eaten them all. He snapped. Swear on my life this story is true.
The husband kept putting wet, used towel on their bed.
A client and his wife came in regarding a real estate transaction. At the end of the consultation, the client casually stated that he would like to divorce his wife. I was stunned. The wife started crying. The client started rubbing his wife's shoulder and told her that everything would be okay. That was an awkward few minutes.
I'm a lawyer, but not that kind. However, my brother's fourth wife divorced him because she found out the ring he'd used was originally his third wife's. They deserved each other.
My father-in-law and mother-in-law's breaking point was when he threw a breadcrumb at her from across the kitchen. The divorce took 4 years to settle.
I had a client who with his wife were into a computer game like The Sims, only more X-rated. I think it was called Second Life, where you have an avatar and can interact with other people's avatars. He suspected his wife of, through her avatar, hijinks, and made his own avatar to stalk her in the game. Sure enough, her avatar was doing the dirty with some dude's avatar. That was it for my client.
The weirdest I've ever seen is a coworker of mine. His wife saw a picture of him at a pool when he was in high school and really athletic. Toned, muscular, tan and so on. Over the 10 years after high school he stopped lifting and lost his muscle tone and just became skinny. She told him she wanted him to get back to working out because she really liked the way he once looked, and he said it was something he missed doing and agreed to get a gym membership. He was going to the gym 4 days a week but was only really working out for 2 of them. On the days he didn't work out he would sit in the sauna to get sweaty, watch Netflix and then go home. When she asked about him going to the gym and accidentally let it slip that he was fudging workouts twice a week. She apparently found that to be a deal breaker and filed for divorce.
Not a lawyer, but I'd like to put forward my own mother's top reason for divorcing my father. Farts loudly in public.
More like a General Hospital episode, but my dad had a big stroke in April last year. My mom found out the main neurologist treating him was his mistress of like 2 years. The gossip was a fever dream for the nurses that month. Lol.
I know, but my dad divorced my mom because she didn't throw enough parties. Now he lives alone. He neither throws nor goes to parties. Woman shrugging.
I know a guy who divorced his wife BC she refused to learn to cook a certain fish dish his mom used to cook. Lol.
Not a lawyer, my mom's coworker divorced over dishes in the dishwasher. The wife would get so frustrated over the husband, coworker, not rinsing dishes before he loads them in the dishwasher. To compromise, they bought a super nice, top-of-the-line dishwasher. Solves the problem, right? She yelled about the dishes that night. He filed for divorce the next day.
Lawyer but not a family law lawyer by trade. Not sure if pettiness was attached, but one contributing reason to a divorce I saw was that mom wanted her son to play soccer and dad didn't.
Not a lawyer, but this happened to my wife's cousin. Her husband came home one day asking her to give a higher financial contribution on the groceries, because she, as a lady, was using more toilet paper than him. She took it as a joke and had a good laugh. He got mad and asked for divorce. Worth mentioning that his salary was 3 times higher than her one.
Obligatory. I'm not a lawyer, but my wife left me cause she didn't like the way I fell down a step.
Wife wanted divorce like 2 months into marriage because the husband would squeeze the toothpaste from the top and not bottom. She claims to have told him a million times over to stop. Would have been easier to get 2 toothpastes, I thought.
Not a lawyer, but I'd have to say my divorce was kinda petty. She decided a year and a half after she kicked me out she should divorce me because I didn't come crawling back to her. Funny as she realized too late that when she kicked me out, she didn't have any income.
Not a lawyer, but I had a classmate. Let's call him KJ. KJ was helping a guy push his bike into a lay-by because a wheel had locked up. He left his wife of 2.5 years in the car for 20 minutes while he was helping the guy with his beep, in which time she decided that he was ungrateful and stupid for leaving her, took her own keys out of her bag and drove back home without him. Around 12 minutes went by and he came back to find himself abandoned. He caught a bus back home. Had a huge argument, not about this matter, but about where his wife's foundation cream was, then agreed on a divorce.
The husband could only eat hoagies if they were nailed to a table. So they mostly ate at home where it was okay for him to damage a table. But once time during a road trip stopped at a deli. He had the nailgun with him and nailed the hoagie to the table so he could eat, so she divorced him after the vacation.
A lot of these probably have underlying issues that are related, but they are funny to read.
Not a lawyer, but apparently my brother divorced his wife when McDonald's forgot to put barbecue sauce in with her chicken nuggets at the drive-thru and she asked him to go back and get some. He didn't, and then I guess she started smashing up food and throwing it at him, out the window. So yeah, McDonald's, how could you ruin a marriage? Cold sweat smile.
Friend's wife is a marriage counselor. She had this couple coming in trying to work things out before a divorce. The husband went non-stop on why he wanted the divorce. She said 2 incidents really stuck with her. The first was the husband was doing some yard work and asked the wife to carry some twigs he trimmed from some bushes. He grabs a huge stack and lugs them over the pile he was going to mulch. Wife just grabs a couple of sticks. He asked if she could carry more than that and she picked up a couple of more sticks. She said the husband emphasized the word couple. The second was the wife told her husband that they had finally gotten to a point in finances where they could buy a new vehicle. The husband said he was excited and sat down with his wife to price vehicles. The husband said everyone he showed her was out of their budget. He became extremely frustrated and asked what the budget was. She replied $2,000. That was the tipping point for the divorce.
Not a lawyer but a child of divorced parents. My parents divorced because my mum refused to fuel his smoking addiction that he didn't pay for.
Do you need a reason to get divorced in the US? You can't just do it.
I left my husband because he, nah babe. I got it. Ed me constantly but would never do it. Last straw was him letting our power go out in July when we had a heat wave and my sick dog was stuck in the heat.
I'm not a lawyer, but I've heard of a breakup between a couple because the GF said that their zodiac signs were not compatible and therefore they couldn't be together.
Ethel Merman divorced Ernest Borgnine after about a month because he often would Dutch oven her. She wrote a biography. The chapter about her marriage to him is a single blank page.
I know a couple that divorced, annulled, after less than 6 months married because the guy started farting around her, not like at her but just not holding it in around her anymore.
This was a couple of years back, but I had a client which divorced because they made a bet to whoever reaches the highest level they can in Coin Master, and the wife lost £500 and they divorced after a sh'd fest of an argument.
My first internship in law school was at a family law firm. Did work on one case where a couple divorced after 48 years of marriage. The guy said he finally got sick of her cooking.
Not a lawyer, paralegal. Someone came in for a divorce because their soon-to-be ex changed the password on their phone. Plaintiff had always had the code to get in, but now they didn't. Divorce time.
The toilet seat being left up.
I remember one episode of a TV show here in my country, similar to Jerry Springer. The woman didn't know her husband used dentures until marrying and living together. She said she couldn't handle anymore, she was disgusted. They both cried, she said a lot of "I'm sorry," but she couldn't go on. They were married for a few months. Don't know if it was true though.
Not a lawyer, but my uncle once divorced a woman because she got a surgery and he felt she was being too wimpy about it.
Not a lawyer, but here one woman tried to kill her husband because he had a big ass dick, settled for divorce instead. Smiley face, China crazy.
May your day be filled with joy and happiness. And please remember to subscribe to Upvote for the best quality content every day.